welcome to the Beyond Borders podcast, where we communicate the benefits of outsourcing. We're going to be speaking with Christian Emmanuel Enriquez of AZPIRED Incorporated. I'm your host, Neil Howard, and we're very happy to speak with Christian today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure is mine.
Right.
Hello, everyone.
Tell us a bit about yourself and what your role as Executive Vice President and Chief of Operations is at AZPIRED Inc.
Sure. I am Christian Emmanuel Enriquez. As mentioned, I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief of Operations of AZPIRED. So I'm working with the Chief Executive Officer in making sure that the business operations is on point on a daily basis. I deal with the clients. I deal with the daily grind in operations. Yeah, so basically that's my role. I basically oversee everything. So a little about me. I actually came from the medical industry. I am a licensed nurse. I am actually a clinical professor before I transitioned into business. So during my stint in the business, I studied education management and business administration. So I actually hold multiple master's degree, and I was able to finish my doctor's degree in strategic leadership and management. So that's just a little about me. I have been in AZPIRED for the last 13 years. So from its core inception, I served different departments. I actually started as an agent. So I did the calls before I got promoted and before they transitioned me to different departments. So I used to handle training and development. And then I had a couple of years with human resource and administration. And then they placed me back in operations as the chief already. So it's quite a journey, but I'm happy.
Great. And happiness is the key. Speaking of happiness, what is it that AZPIRED Inc. specializes in? How do you keep your clients happy?
That's a very good question. Well, I believe every time we partner with clients, we make it the point that we become an extension to their office. You know, when you talk about outsourcing, sometimes clients' fear are mostly loss of control and that they are not able to see the actual dynamics of the business or how it's run. So part of making the clients happy is making sure that despite the distance, they still have visibility, that they are able to access us 100% or 24/7, if we can say that, and that they are still able to oversee their business. And it is very important for me when I partner with different clients to give them that sense of ease. I understand running business is quite hard. So I always tell them that we'll take care of the daily grind while they take care of business expansion. Or vacation, if they want to.
Now, you say that you've been with AZPIRED for the last 13 years, since its inception, correct?
Correct.
Now, in that time, you're described as a world-class outsourcing service. What makes AZPIRED Inc. world-class? You're not just simply an outbound or an inbound call center, are you?
I think what makes AZPIRED world-class is that we are able to diversify our portfolio. So we are basically like a one-stop shop for outsourcing business, where we are able to cater both front and back-end work to ensure that the clients get the best quality service at a fraction of the cost. So there are business process outsourcing that only does inbound, other does outbound, other does logistics and stuff. But for us, we were able to diversify and we were able to partner with different lines of businesses. Mm-hmm. So basically, if the client needs a call taker, we have it. If the client needs something to work on the back end, like bookkeeping, accounting services, and the like, to take care of their books and stuff, we also have that. And if they want to venture out into lead generation, sales, we also have that in the bag. So we have basically created an ecosystem in support of not only one line of business, but all other businesses that normally is needed to run a company.
Are all your offices located in the Philippines, or do you have different offices worldwide?
The main call center is located in the Philippines. So we have one in Central Philippines in Cebu City. That's a city in Central Philippines. And then we have a redundancy site in Southern Philippines in Cagayan de Oro. So just to make sure that in case something happens in the main site, then we would be able to still cover calls, do overflows, and make sure that operations is covered at the maximum capacity.
Where are most of your clients? Are they mostly in the UK, mostly in the Philippines, Australia? How far is your reach?
That's a very good question. We have clients in the United States. We have clients in Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, and the like. So we are able to partner with different LOBs, including technical support, the need for customer service, logistics, back-end accounting, marketing, and other lines of businesses.
How do you overcome the apprehension that I'm sure you encounter when you're speaking with a potential client about the distance, being in a totally different country, a totally different culture? How do you foster and maintain that level of trust that keeps both you and your client successful?
That's a very good question. I believe that any relationship, may it be personal or a client's relationship, is grounded with trust, mutual respect. So for me specifically, because I understand that the business is offshore, that the problem or the challenge would always be visibility. Because the client wouldn't really know what's going on. So during the onboarding process, we make sure that all clients' concerns are addressed, that they are able to get the visibility and access anytime they need it. And for differences in culture or for differences in time, normally we do culture sensitivity training. Mm-hmm. We make sure that even if the business is outsourced, that the customers will not necessarily feel the difference. Mm-hmm. So we study the geography, we study the nuances, we study what's important, and we basically mimic anything that the client is currently doing from their end, from the original site, and then we get to copy that and then give it a more customer service experience. Filipinos are known to be very patient mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. and very accommodating. So we mix our own culture as well, and we make sure that we are able to take care of the clients with the client's customers.
What's the major takeaway that you'd like to leave with our listeners today? And give us any contact information so that we can learn a lot more about Aspire Inc.
Sure. I think the biggest takeaway that I want the listeners to understand, especially for potential clients, is that, in the changing business climates where overhead costs and demands are very high, business process outsourcing services is actually an avenue for you guys to be able to cut costs without compromising the quality of service. They can reach me through my work email, that's christian@aspire.com, or they can check out our website at www.aspire.com, or they can look us up in Facebook, Aspired Inc., and we should be able to provide more information. But I believe there are several opportunities that clients can do with business process outsourcing, and the first step is to give it a try and see how it goes.
Christian, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us here on Beyond Borders.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Beyond Borders podcast. I'm your host, Neil Howard, in conversation with Christian Emmanuel Enriquez. Find out more at verticalinternetmedia.com and find out more about our BPO services at outsourcingfit.com.